Hello fight fans, thanks for joining us at MMA Insider. Before we get rolling with today's news, show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing. Now let's uncover the latest happenings in MMA. Starting off, Strickland shoots down Khalil Rountree's chances at upsetting Alex Pereira at UFC 307. Moving on, Alex Pereira wants to play a major role in Dana White's move into boxing. Lastly, Garry uses his son to taunt Colby Covington. Strickland does not see a way Khalil Rountree can defeat Alex Pereira. Pereira headlines UFC 307 this Saturday when he collides with Khalil Rountree. Much has been made over the booking, but we're in fight week, and some believe Rountree is a credible threat to Alex. The bout will be contested for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship. One man who doesn't believe Rountree has a shot this Saturday night is Strickland. Speaking to the media, Strickland explained why he doesn't see a scenario where Khalil Rountree pulls off an upset win over Alex Pereira. "I just can't see Khalil pulling it off. I think I may have watched him fight Anthony Smith. I just can't see it happening. I don't think he has the tools in the toolbox to beat Alex. He's not knocking him out. He's not out striking him. He's not out wrestling him. I think Alex is going to make easy work of this fight." Those who see Rountree scoring an upset believe his stand-up is dangerous and could catch Pereira. This is despite the fact that Alex has proven to be one of the most devastating strikers in MMA today. UFC color commentator Joe Rogan, who will be on desk duties for UFC 307, has warned against those underestimating Rountree. Whether or not the Warhorse can stun MMA fans this weekend will be a hot topic going into fight night. UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira wants to play a role in Dana White's boxing plans. Alex is currently set to return to the cage this Saturday night in Salt Lake City. Fresh off a knockout victory over Yuri Prochazka in June, Alex Pereira will face fellow striker Khalil Rountree Jr. For his part, Rountree hasn't competed since a stoppage win over Anthony Smith last December. Heading into the contest, Alex Pereira already has an eye on middleweight. Over the last few weeks, the Brazilian has repeatedly called for a fight against fellow champion Dricus du Plessis. However, it seems that Alex also has an eye on a move to the boxing ring. The Brazilian has long loved the sport and currently holds a 1-0 record. Speaking in a recent interview, the UFC light heavyweight champion discussed boxing. There, Alex Pereira perked up at the idea of stepping into the ring soon. While Alex has only competed once in the sport back in 2017, the Brazilian wants to face a top name. He also believes Dana White can help him in securing that big fight. Earlier this month, Dana White discussed his intention to break into professional boxing. Well, it seems that Alex Pereira believes he could play a massive role in White's push into the sport. Here is what he said. "Honestly, man, I feel very good about this partnership. I like boxing. I've wanted to fight in boxing for a while. I'm actually going to release in the next few days video footage of me sparring the best heavyweight boxer in Brazil. It's a few years ago, the video, and I've gotten much better in the game." Dana White made the announcement, and to be honest, nothing was spoken of between us and the organization. But I feel the partnership will start with me. UFC welterweight star Garry isn't through with his pursuit of a fight with former title challenger Colby Covington. Garry targeted a fight with Covington at UFC 303 earlier this year. But the fight didn't come to fruition, and Garry ended up facing Michael "Venom" Page on the UFC 303 main card. Garry went on to defeat Page by unanimous decision to remain unbeaten in his professional MMA career. After the victory, he could potentially earn a title shot with another win inside the octagon. Despite failing to lure Covington to the octagon at UFC 303, Garry remained persistent in his post-fight interview. He called out Covington for a fight later this year. As Garry awaits his next fight booking, he takes a new avenue in attempting to get Covington to fight him. His young son was asked to impersonate Covington in an attempt to make a point that Covington continues to run away. In a recent Instagram post, Garry shared a video of his son mocking Covington. From the kid that brought you the greatest fighter impressions comes a brand new one, the Colby Covington. Garry has emerged as a top welterweight title contender after recent wins over Jeff Neal, Neil Magny, and Daniel Rodriguez. Covington hasn't competed since a loss to Leon Edwards at UFC 296. Before that, he defeated Jorge Masvidal in the UFC 272 main event. Garry continues to poke Covington, but it remains unknown if it'll result in a UFC fight booking. Time will tell if Garry's taunts will produce what would be a massive welterweight bout. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Your dedication and support fuel our passion to bring you the latest and greatest in the MMA world. If you enjoyed today's news, please give us a thumbs up and share it with fellow MMA fans. Remember to subscribe to stay in the loop with daily MMA updates. We've got a lot of exciting news, interviews, and analysis coming your way every single day. Your engagement helps us grow and serve the MMA community even better. Once again, thank you for being an integral part of our daily MMA journey.